Oh, hello everyone. This is a Hoya collection video. I'm going to show you every single Hoya I have. And I did a similar thing in the fall of last year, except I did 3 separate videos. This time I'm going to go a bit quicker. It's just going to be one video. And I'm excited. I know I don't sound excited. I just kind of woke up from a nap, but I'm very excited to show all these Hoyas. It is warm and sunny in here. It's the day of the eclipse today. I will not be participating. Let's start off with a silver one. Hoya Coriacea silver. Oh man. This Hoya. Okay, so I need to clarify something. This Hoya in pictures and videos, I have it lit, so it does look more silver. Like even now, it's probably looking more silver than it actually looks like in person. Especially when the new leaves come out, they're like not as shiny. So this leaf, that leaf, and then these two down here, they're not hardened off yet, so they don't look that silver. But you can see that once they do harden off, you get shiny situations. Let me just see. Yeah, do you know, it's the lighting. Like, they really look silver. And y'all might be wondering, oh, Kevin, this looks smaller and less full. I did take a few cuttings, and, you know, I haven't really looked at them, but I think, did I do this? No, there was a video. I did film a video where I took these cuttings and I stuck them into leca. Updates are they didn't die, and there are some new growths over here. So one plant here, another plant here, one new growth here. I don't know how many I put in here. These two you can't necessarily see new growths, but the leaves are still present. And then I actually did have a leaf that died. It's this one, and I kept it because I did see that growth point. Where is it? There, that growth point. I was like, okay, she has roots. I mean, evidently, look there. So we're gonna keep her the way she is. Both of these specimens are in leca. This one is right under grow light just because I propagated her. I probably can move her, but we're just gonna keep her there for now. And in my opinion, again, my knowledge is very limited just because I've only grown this in leca, but the leaves are everything. Very fast grower in my experience. I mean, y'all saw the propagations. They're already pushing out leaves. I'm pretty sure I did that a month or 2 ago. And ever since I chopped that plant, there's been growth points everywhere. Like, these are new leaves. Obviously on this side, you can see these two are new. And then I didn't show this, but in the middle section here, there's new leaves on that side. There's more there, there's more there. Like, it is constant. Probably getting medium to bright and direct light. She's not right under grow light. She's kind of off to the side, but still 14 hours a day. Roots are in the reservoir. They're actually consistently in the reservoir, and it's hard to show y'all. But as far as I know and what I've experienced, the roots are okay. I find this plant thirsty. Thirsty, fast grower, appreciates when, you know, there's enough aeration and moisture on the roots, but probably one of my favorite Hoyas. Probably one of my favorite Hoyas. I need to thank Marnie, and Marnie gifted me a bunch of Hoyas. This is, I don't know, this Hoya is incredible. Look at her. Staying on theme with silver, we have the Hoya Mathilde Splash, or silver. I went on a severe chopping spree, so do you know what? She's starting to fill up the trellis, and I'm very happy. She looked pretty bare, but you can see that there are tendrils just everywhere. I haven't really looked at her. I've just kind of watered or have kept water in the reservoir. It's in a self-watering pot in Lashuza Pond. And I only started fertilizing all my plants a month ago or 6 weeks ago. That goes for all my plants in pond. Obviously, if they're living in leca, I'm using a nutrient solution and changing right now every 2 to 3 weeks. Now that it's gotten a lot warmer, specifically with the Coriacea, not to go back to that one, but that one is Thirstania. And even in between, I have to just put plain tap water like after a week. Like, it is really thirsty. But yeah, this Hoya is absolutely everything. I cannot take how beautiful this Hoya is. Again, I'm selecting every time there is a new green vine. I do cut it up. I do propagate it just to make a regular Mathilde. But yeah, let's just take a close look and let's just do a pan. Like, it's such a special plant. I don't know. I know there's more and more and more coming out. I mean, at least I see that there are a ton more coming out. and they're pretty good specimens. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just so lucky that I've had a full one. I'm so lucky that the splash has kind of stayed. I mean, I helped it. I definitely like credit myself for bringing out more of the splash by just like cutting off the green parts and forcing growth to grow at nodes that did have the good genetics. So how wonderful. This is the main plant. However, the plant that I propagated afterwards was, oh wow. Sorry, I don't look at this one because it's at the very back. I don't need to, you know, keep an eye on it. It's a Mathilde. It's gonna grow really well. So I don't look at this. So this one started out really mixed. So lots of green leaves, lots of splashy leaves. I've done the same thing where I've chopped, you know, the green parts just to keep the silver or initiate, you know, new growth at silver parts, and it's working. Man, like, are you kidding? I'm never going to get over this plant. Like, it is so incredible. The splash is just consistent. You know, there's so many plants in this one. Unlike this one, y'all. I'm pretty sure there's... It hit me. I'm pretty sure there's only 3 in here. And I've just continued to wrap it around this trellis. Obviously, it branched. But I think there's only... Actually, there's 4. There's only 4 plants in here. For this one, I know for a fact there's probably 8 or more. I'm not sure. But she's gorgeous. Look at these. Look at these specimens. They're so wonderful. Okay, we're not done yet, though. I'm going to try to go quickly because there's so many. Yeah, they're all living in pond. I had to second guess, but this one here, the pond is dropping. This one here is doing so well. Look at this vine. Look at that. Look at this vine. Are you kidding? Look at this vine. And then, do you know what the funny part is? I just broke one. I was like, it hasn't been pushing out many from the other ones. So I might have to do an assessment, but these 3 vines have been just going off, and I'm so thankful again that the silver is continuing. Like, look at all, look. This is just crazy to me. Wow. Planter number 4. This one is, I guess it is newer. This one is pretty silver, but you can see that there is a lot of greens. I actually haven't cut this one down. As far as I know. I don't think so, yeah. But it is a really... I just spilled water everywhere. It's a really nice planter. It's cute. Wow. While I get rid of this puddle on the floor. Yeah, I feel like that planter has 10 to 12 cuttings. Again, if you want to achieve that full look, you gotta either pick a fast growing Hoya that does branch pretty easily, or you just put a lot of cuttings or propagations in a planter, and that's kind of how you get that full look. Like, obviously there are other ways, but that's another way, like specifically if you're trying to preserve either variegation or splash, like that's how you preserve it, by making more specimens. Not sure how old you are, but doing well. There's some green ones. I haven't touched this one. But do you see? So there's a green one there, but you can see that there's a bunch of splash. Do you see all this? So this one's going to be pretty mixed as well. Look at that. So cute. These ones that I'm showing you, because they're still young, it's right under grow light, probably getting 1,000 to 2,000 foot candles. It's a lot for a Mathilde, but I do just want these specimens to grow faster. Identical planter, but this is a different one. So I think these 2 are the ones that I propagated 3 months ago, I want to say. And beautiful splashing coming out of it. Look at this. And obviously you can see green leaves down here. Right over there. So it's not always successful, but I want to say because the vines are really good, or they really have good genetics, it's like 60% success rate. But again, you never know. So this is number 5. Number 6. This one, I'm pretty sure it was probably like a month or 2 ago. I think. Don't be fooled by the initial or the parent leaves that are silver. You can see that there's a bunch of vines that are kind of split between green and silver, but oh my god, do you hear it dripping? It's dripping all over my foot. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's number 6. This one's newer, number 7. You can see a dead leaf over here. So many spills. Oh my god, it's all over me. Okay, this one's newer. So there is a dead leaf over here. So this is a number 7. Oh my god, I think these are cool. So these are 2 cuttings. I was supposed to do a plant trade, so I have them in these tubes of water. There are some roots now, like that's a long root, and the stem is up there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's funny because I left a peduncle and look what it did. I think it was just stressed, but we'll see. So that's one. The second one, the root system is quite large over here, and this vine was pretty splashy over here. So these are 2. I thought that was so funny that one was pushing out flowers. Okay, planter number 8 over here. Kind of mixed. It's pretty good. I mean, you can have it all. But this one is doing just fine. And I think this is the final one. So another situation where, you know, it doesn't always work, my method. But I do make it a point to show y'all that, you know, this does happen. And that's the reason why I haven't removed these leaves. I want to show you guys first that this is never 100% the method that I use. I'm thinking it might have dried out like at the top, and then when I rehydrated it, it just rotted. So there's 3 dead leaves here, right over there. But yeah, so look at this vine. It is carrying those amazing genetics. And yeah, this one was kind of a mixed one. And yeah, we'll see. Sorry if I went really fast. I just like, there's too many. And yeah, I have that many because remember I said I want to make more. So if I want to do plant trades in the future, I've done a few already, but it came to a point where I just didn't want to cut my plant all the way down. So I was like, okay, I got to make more. You can see that they've grown so well. So we'll see in the future with plant trades or like selling these. But yeah, my favorite Hoya. I'm just gonna say it, my favorite Hoya. One that never gets enough credit. This is my Hoya Forbesii. He has grown so much. Now I need to stress that I am stressing this plant out. You can see that this top part is all bleached. Let me get closer. So she's not supposed to look like that. You can see in lower leaves like that leaf, which is a new leaf. Can you focus though? Look at that. I love the veins, love the splash. There are beautiful leaves down here as well. I'm just pulling this big one because it looks so good. Oh my god. What? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? This is so great. This leaf is so beautiful. Also this planter, and like there are, I want to say 4 plants in here, and she's filled up these 2 trellises beautifully. Yeah, the grow light is actually like off to the side, but it is still really close. Not only with this specific specimen, but with the one I had before, they don't like a lot of light. Even though I say blast your Hoyas with light, you can see that their true happiness and true color is this darker green compared to this. And like these are older leaves, but yeah, they're just so gorgeous when they look like this. Again, y'all know that I don't like giving up, and this is one of the Hoyas that has not bloomed for me. And I kind of ignored the first time, so I took 4 propagations, start again. I want to give it a better chance because you have better chance, obviously, if you have more specimens. So there are 4 plants in here, and yeah, I really love this plant in Lucius Upon, and this one's thirsty too. I don't know if it's because there's more plants in here, but I have to fill up the reservoir often. You know, I wanted to get rid of this one. This is my, oh my god, I almost dropped it. It's so top heavy. Hoya Archboldiana pink flower. So one of my oldest. I think this may have been in a batch of like my first 5 Hoyas that I ever got. It was from Crystal Star Nursery. You can see that she's kind of taken over everywhere, but similar to the other one, I haven't gotten this one to bloom. I'm not necessarily hopeful. However, there was a peduncle up here that looked really close, but then it just shriveled up one day, right over there. So there was like flower bud development, but they just dropped and I don't know what happened. This one's in Lekka. I haven't moved her since I got it. Like she's been in this. If I got it in 2020, 4 years in here. They've taken, I can't even remove this anymore. Like I'm trying, I can't remove it. Similar to the Kaimuki, which did bloom for me. I'll put in a picture of the flowers, they're very similar. The Kaimuki is a hybrid of this Hoya and the Mathilde, I think. I still don't know if I'm saying it right, but very similar, like huge cup-like blooms. Yeah, I'm kind of experimenting because this Barina grow light, again, I've only used these grow lights for a short period of time, so I can't really form an opinion about them, but they have more red light tones. I don't even know what it's called. Theoretically, it does help with blooming, like that kind of light. So we're gonna see, but she lives on the floor. Leaves are gorgeous. I mean, look at her. Okay. Oh my god, Melanochryzum is tangled in the Polyneura. Okay, this is a big deal. This is a very big deal. Oh, the sachets are dropping. Hoya Polyneura out of Variegated. Mama. It is so gorgeous. You can see that I've kept the green parts. There's one down here also. But because they've branched, they're able to survive because the other branches have enough green. And I've cut this one down so many times. And you know, it is shocking that she is still this full. I've waited for this moment. I have had the regular green Hoya Polyneura bloom for me a few times. Here and at work, I've had the Broget, and I'll show you the Broget after. It's bloomed constantly. And finally, this is the first time the outer Variegated has been in bloom. So these blooms have been here for a while. I don't know if it's focused. I can't see. I feel like this opened like last week or the week before, like 2 weeks ago, and they're still here. I really hope they're focused. But the green one that I had and the Broget, they have more pinks, whereas this one is more yellow with the like maroon or red centers. I'm so happy. Now all of them have bloomed. So I don't know, kind of feeling like I want to put out a video about just Polyneuras and my care now that I've gotten all 3 to bloom. But yeah, this is the mama. When I show you the props, it is so incredible. These are propagations that I probably took in November. Might have been, I don't know. There's a video somewhere where I show you the update with this one. Incredible. So part of this is still under grow light. I think it's this side. You can see like the burning and the bleaching, like specifically here. Oh my God, the light is blasting it. But do you see how it's not as vibrant as the ones behind? These are just facing the bedroom. Again, it can take a lot. If I keep on top of the feeding and nutrients, it doesn't appear that way often, but I don't know, just incredible. So that is the Broget. I mean, outer Variegated. Both in Le Chusapon, similar to the Broget. So what is falling? Okay, Hoya, I can't even see. Hoya Polyneura Broget. I actually started with two-leaf cuttings as opposed to the 1 2-leaf cutting with my outer Variegated. So that's why she kind of has more situations right now. And it's just stunning. We'll just do a quick pan. This kind of workout. Y'all, I worked out this morning and you know, when you work out, your muscles are already tired and they vibrate. It's happening. Muscles are vibrating. Okay, so that's that. All the flowers, it seemed, have dried off. Have they? I think so, but constant. Here's one left over here that is really, really, really close. It's bloomed from multiple plants. So yeah, so these 2 big plants are actually not under grow lights. They're just against my west facing window. And now that it's spring, it gets enough light. Wait, hold everything. Hold everything. Propagated. This is back to the, let's rewind to the outer Variegated. I took more props. So they're starting to grow. You can see some new leaves crunching. And they are a little bleached because, like I said before, with propagations, I always blast them. And then when they grow a bit more, like having 2 to 4 leaves after that, that's when I move them. Sorry, I'm just adjusting. The new leaves kind of slam against the leaves and they don't move away from them. So you get these crinkly damaged leaves early on. But that is her over here. I just broke new leaves. This Melanochryzum wants to fight everyone. Okay, and then these are my props of my Broget. This has more silver on the leaves. At least I think it's more silver. I feel like the other one was more splashy, but this one, wow, the light is like really blowing it. Wow, it's more silver. It might not look this way. This is where the Melanochryzum want to fight. It wants to fight. But yeah, Hoya Polyneura Broget, these leaves are everything. I think in the future I would cut from this plant because they are more like of a solid silver compared to the other one. The other one's cute too, but I'm just saying, like, I do want to take from more silver specimens in the future probably. I'm always worried pulling this plant. Okay, Hoya Insularis. Damn, okay, again, so many plants in here. And Lucia's a pond. That's why she's this full. I kind of prefer the look when she's trailing. Like, it reminds me of the Retusa. Is that correct? So yeah, she's here. I cannot believe, and let me see if there's any, I cannot believe, because before it was like, okay, this is gonna be a one-in-a-lifetime situation. These flowers are so unique. These ones aren't open, but there are a ton. There are a ton. Oh, these are gonna be ready to go right over here. Peduncle-wise, counting, again, there's so many plants in here. There's probably like 20. I'm not even lying. Future Kevin put in a picture. I tried my best to take these three because they were all in bloom in the first, I've never seen like multiple Insularis blooms at the same time. I know there's multiple plants in here, but I just want to capture it. Yeah, I love how they're like light orange, and you know, when they start to develop, first they're kind of like this dark red maroon color, and I'm in love. I mentioned before that I feel like the Insularis is more prone compared to other Hoyas to rot. And I don't know if it's just this specific specimen, but I've had more rot issues with the Insularis compared to other Hoyas. And that is just based on my experience. You all saw the one that I have at work. If you want to watch that video, it's mainly Hoyas. So that's kind of like a continuation of my Hoya collection. It's a lot of multiples, but there are some that aren't in my collection presently at home. So I have those propagations in pond, but like her, oh my God, she is so wonderful. I feel really bad because I don't look at this one anymore, but like she's one of my favorites, and she achieved the bush look, which I wanted. Hoya Hellwigiana, inner variegated. Okay, she looks a bit crunched because I do have to admit, she's right under grow light still because I kind of wanted more pinks. And I dried up the reservoir multiple times. Let's see if there's any blooms. I know there's some that are so close, and I still feel like they smell like, what did I say before? Oh, here they are, y'all. Is it feta? Feta cheese. And I don't think it's a bad smell. Right over here, aren't they so strange? Look at these. Okay, there are multiple spots, like over here. That's getting really close. We got, you know, different stages, like that one is looking pretty close. But I wanted one that looks like this. It's so cute. Just love the differences in the colors and how they kind of just fade together. Like, that is so pretty. Okay, Hoya Hellwigiana inner variegated. Okay, Hoya Chingensis. This is the lone one I have because, again, I'm gonna keep referring back to the office tour because, again, like, I have more of certain plants at work, but this is the third one I have. I brought two in smaller planters that are just vining. They've bloomed, so both of them have bloomed, and I just decided to keep this one just because there's more vines. It's getting to a point where, because this one isn't under grow light, you can see that the internodes are lengthening a little bit. I mean, it kind of looks normal on camera, but I mean, compared to like the fullness here, like you can see the internodes are not as wide as the ones down here. But I love this plant trailing. I don't think I would ever try putting this on a trellis, but it is just so beautiful. Y'all know that this started out as a pas. I had like a saucer where I just stuck all these propagations in, and I regretted it just because it kept drying out, and because of that I did lose a few because they dry rotted in a way, and so I think I would just kind of put it in this configuration in the future. But Shinkengensis, one of my favorites, trailing Hoyas, and she's just so beautiful. I love her. Okay, Hoya serpens. Now, the one that was basically the mother plant that I talked about in one of my videos in December, that one I did give away. So I don't have her anymore, just because, I mean, look at this. These are the props. The props took off. I think at this point it's been 9 months. So this is the 9-month update of single like leaf cuttings. Sticking them in this planter of pond, a self-watering planter, keeping the reservoir high while, you know, there weren't any roots. And, well, do you see, like, there are so many vines. Definitely gave it way too much light, and now she's getting like medium. Like, there's other Hoyas that are kind of towering over this one. Still under grow light, but because of the towering, she's starting to grow vines that are a little bit darker, specifically down here. You can see that's a bit more lighter just up here. Because the previous one that I gave away, the mother, was one that was trailing, and so, I mean, on a trellis, this was trailing. Like, it's giving me like String of Turtles vibes. I just love this. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this. Okay, this, even though I've had it for a while, I have not had blooms ever. So despite, you know, me having so much success with the serpents foliage-wise and just growth-wise, I haven't had it bloom. So is this the year we're gonna get serpents blooms? I hope so. And one that I haven't shown in a while, lots of casualties. I forgot about this one. So similar to the Mathilde and those props, not all props will survive, unfortunately. I'll show you the Serpens Silver or Serpens Splash that I bought and propagated. Half of them are like not living, but there are some that are vining. Like you can see, definitely there are a ton that are alive, but that middle part, and you could even see in between all the dead. I kind of think though, I might have just taken vines that were super dehydrated, and because they were super dehydrated, they didn't, they're already in a bad state. So yeah, this is the second one. Y'all saw with the last one, it was pretty full. Like, I didn't have this kind of situation with the last one. I don't know why this happened. I am gonna link it to, maybe the stems were too dehydrated, that they were already shriveled up. When I introduced the water, they were in a good state and then they rotted. I feel like it's that, but it could be something else. Still blasting it with light because I'm a little worried, but you can see that there are some healthy vines here. So unfortunately, she's gonna be a little bare in the center, but she is still a cutie. So Hoya serpens. Let me grab the Hoya serpens Silver. Oh, it hasn't done anything, but here it is. These yellow leaves have been present for a while. I like to show the good and the bad, like that hasn't changed. So I make it a point not to remove them so I can show y'all that, you know, I want to say like, is it a third? Third of them, let me get closer. A third of them have died. And yeah, I honestly don't know. You can see that there are some nice silver ones that are still alive. And at this point, it's been 6 weeks? 6 weeks. I am kind of surprised, but I do feel like the stems are really skinny, and maybe that's the same with the Insularis. Like, they're less, you know, the cell walls, I don't know if that's a thing, but maybe they're less strong. Like me putting it against like all these rocks, I don't know. Serpent stems, well, at least my serpents, like they're very skinny, and even this one. I feel like these ones were skinnier than the serpents I have, the green one. So this is what's left. I'm really crossing my fingers that I get, you know, silver vines. I just need one silver vine and I just need that one to be healthy. But yeah, very excited. Not much to show, but this is the Hoya Wilbur Graves silver. So this was gifted. It's not time for a lecker drop. It was gonna do it again, oh my God. From Wheat Pot Plants, thank you again. She did have a little bit of a vine, but it started drying out, so I just cut it. And then that's when this new leaf started coming. The cake dowels are for when I decide to put a trellis. So Hoya Wilbur Graves silver. Oh, it's getting dark. Is eclipse happening? What time is it? 3:10? It's real dark, y'all. Alrighty, I'm very happy with these. Carnosa, man, is so hardy. I like can't believe this. Okay, Hoya Carnosa Wilbur Graves. Wait, is this correct? Yeah, it's a Carnosa, right? I'm a fake Hoya person, guys. I'm fake. Look. Man, another plant that was gifted from Marnie. Marnie, what a sweetheart. Thank you so much. You're so precious. And I'm just seeing this now. There's 2 peduncles. This is wild. There's a peduncle right over here. Peduncle right over here. If it wants to focus, but I guess y'all can see it. But these leaves get really purple when they're given so much light. So you can see that here. Do you see it? It's a little purple compared to the other ones like down here. You can see the difference. But this one's living in Leca. I don't remember if the roots are happy sitting in the reservoir. There's none sitting right now, but there's 2 plants in here. I did propagate it, and I want to see how they grew in pond. And y'all, the ones that are in pond are doing so well. Look at that. I don't know how many are in here. 6, 8, who knows? But look at this. I am still giving it a ton of light. But I just moved it recently, so it's probably getting me into bright and direct light. It's against my west-facing window, but there is a grow light off to the side. But just silver. Silver just does it. It's like, just so perfect for Hoyas. Okay. Hoya Carnosa. This is still on theme with a silver. Hoya Carnosa. Novagos. There are so many peduncles. If this blooms at multiple times at the same time, I don't even know. Okay, look. These ones are more dusty. Just so gorgeous here. Look at this. So this one's living in Leca. This is like the mother plant. It's been in Leca for a while. There's only 1 plant in here, surprisingly. The roots are going off over here. Oh my God, they're about to open. I wish they were open, but I'll put in a picture. Look at these. They're about to open. Look at that. They're kind of spread out because half of them are like back here and half of them are in the front. But there are more places. Where did they go? Oh, here. Right over here. Can you believe this one plant? Over there where my finger is. Y'all can't see it. And then there's one over there. So many. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Not only that, I took props. Can I just say that this plant is so slow before it builds that big root system and like latches onto the planter. These props, oh God, I'm trying not to drop my eyes, can you tell? These didn't take off until quite recently. So these are living Lucius upon. There's probably like 12 in here, 12 cuttings. And yeah, she just started. Look at all the silver, it's so cool. Yeah, I want to see like, first of all, different substrates, like a pond, up a trellis versus trailing. And they're both doing, I don't know which one I like better. But again, those flowers, so beautiful, like really, really stunning. Y'all, I think the eclipse is happening because it's really dark. Like can you tell? Yeah, it is nighttime. Okay, amazing. Hoya Hellwigiana, these opened last night, everyone. I've said this before. Oh gosh. Let's make it dark. I've said this before. They don't last long. So last night before bed, I turned to my boyfriend. I was like, I smell a Hoyan bloom. And even though I'm familiar with the scents, even though I can't describe them still, this one's more floral than sweet, I would say. Still sweet. See, I still don't know how to describe them. Do you see how dark it is? And they're sirens. Is the world ending? Yeah, I want to say 3 days they last, but the scent isn't too overpowering. There's a bunch of peduncles, like a bunch. So one here, if I pan down, you can see that there's another one here. This one's about to open. It's interesting because they always look like orangey red, but then they are like a pink, like a blush pink color. It's so interesting. There's so many peduncles. The leaves sunstress so beautifully. Look at this. Definitely a Hoya that I recommend just because the foliage, especially when sunstress, so stunning. Look at this. Are you kidding? And then the blooms. Just one plant here. I got this plant as a 2-leaf cutting a year ago, and she has impressed me so much. It wasn't on my radar at all. Look at this. It's so beautiful, and the foliage is nuts. It is nighttime. Do you see this? It is nighttime. One of the Hoyas I struggle with. Let me know if y'all struggle with this one as well. Actually, okay, to be fair, this one's doing just fine. Hoya Archboldiana out of Variegated. So there's 2 plants in here, but just knowing how much slower this plant is compared to other Hoyas, I just get frustrated when they push out these solid cream leaves. No, ma'am. Like, I think it's starting to melt. I don't know. I already cut off a few because I was like, you're just gonna start draining. There's been new growth here, but again, it might just be the change in season. It's hard to tell. Here's one of them. This one's living in Lashuza Pond over here. The mother plant over here is in like a Hoya Patchawawalai, y'all. You can see that there are richer greens on the bottom leaves, but the ones that are subjected to all the light are this color. And actually, I'm more familiar with this kind of green just because in the past, no ifs, ands, or buts, I'm blasting the Hoya, but I'm seeing now that you can see it is much darker than up there. The black outline and margin, it is so beautiful. And we got, since I propagated it, our first almost blooms, peduncle, whatever, 3 or 4 plants, and I've never had her in pond. I was hoping that she would slow down in pond because the one in Leka kept blooming, but it looks to me that she's just gonna do her thing. And the thing about these ones, they drip so much and it's sticky everywhere. I'll put this in my office, but I kind of want to see it again before I do that. So maybe it's soon because look at that. Look at, oh, focus. Yes, okay. Nothing much to show. Is this a Kaimuki? I think it's a Kaimuki. So the one that I had in Leka, I decided to propagate it and just put all the cuttings in here. And she just started vining on the trellis and there are some baby leaves, but not much to show here. Some baby leaves. She's doing her thing. I might want to clip her somewhere. Hoya Michele MB1255, I think it's that. I cut this plant down a lot because she kept growing. This plant can have more splash, more silver than what it's presenting as now. So I took all those cuttings, put it in a planter of pond. You can see that there has been some new leaf growth over here. So this is a new leaf. Some new leaves over here, down there, and around trellis, training the tendrils around. I'm not necessarily a fan of the foliage when it looks like this, just because they're kind of like green. If you dry out the roots and then water them, they get the edema in the, and then you can see them in the spots here. The purpley spots. It's still fine, but I'm not necessarily a fan of how they look like. But I think once they take over this trellis here, they'll look fantastic. And then this is the plants, the same plant that had more splash and silver. So you can see it's quite a difference. Look at that. And just doing a pan, there's 3 plants in here. And the splash is kind of continuing. And even if it didn't continue, I could just cut back to this leaf because these ones down here are pretty silver. It is amazing. This one's in a smaller planter. Again, there are green leaves like over here, and that's okay. But I just wanted a planter that had more silver and splashy Michele leaves. And yeah, it looks fantastic. Okay, and don't laugh. So there is actually a new growth point, which is wonderful. This Michele, I cut, so this was the mother plant first. I cut it all the way back and I just kept cutting because it just kept pushing out green lines. You can see that my grow light got her real good. That is a brand new growth point. So I'm really excited. So, Hoya species, good and Gading. This is the original, the OG, living in Lekka. It's just one plant, and I just took cuttings from that. Some propagations are at work, but the rest are in this planter. So these were propagated, I think in perlite initially, and then now they're in Licciusapon. So you can see that these leaves aren't necessarily sun stressed or close to the grow light. But I love when these are so small and you can see the veining. And clearly you can see how beautiful the sun stressing is. I mean, come on now. Yeah, in my experience, not necessarily the fastest unless it grows that big root system, which this one has. This one's starting to. You also know the ones at work, they haven't really taken off. But they're actually pretty slow. But once they build that root system, again, this is just one plant. It kind of just takes off. It is so wonderful. Hoya, silver dollar. Oh, I love this Hoya so much. Look at this. Do you see it, the cascading? So this is, or I can't even talk. I'm so excited. I love this plant so much. This was an experiment where I put another supporting trellis in the middle here. And I just kind of wanted a fuller Hoya. There were multiple cuttings in this planter of pon. And so you can see that it's just kind of a wall of beautiful leaves. And oh my gosh, there's a new leaf. This is a new leaf. I'm obsessed. And yay. Okay, this one's getting a ton of light. It's against my south-facing window, but also getting grow light right above. Definitely getting bright and direct light. So this is one of them. And this mama. Hello. So this one is just one plant living in Lekka. It's just astonishing that she's kind of just continued to do her thing. There's even like new leaves growing down here. Do you see that? That's so wonderful. Look at this. One thing that I haven't seen before with this is that there are a couple peduncles. I haven't had this bloom for me yet. It's because I kept chopping a lot of these Hoyas, so a lot of them have not bloomed for me. So do you see how long it is too? And there's another one there. Do you see that? Right there. I don't know what these look like. And I like being surprised, so don't tell me what they look like. I don't know, isn't that exciting? I just love this Hoya so much. So yeah, the silver dollar. Oh, wow, okay, in bloom, Hoya Caudata Sumatra. Look at the sun stressing on this side, and then you rotate her and you have some green leaves over here. It's so fascinating, the separation. Like you can see vividly that this side is getting a lot of light, and on this side isn't necessarily getting a lot of light. When I flip it over, these top one, you can see the silver in the leaves. You know, they're getting a lot of light, but you can see the ones down here, completely green. So give your Caudata Sumatra a lot of light. There's just more flowers every single time. Look at these beauties. So soft. Y'all need to feel these. They're so soft. It is nuts. Living in pon. I feel like I need to repot her because there's 3 plants in here, but she seems happy for now. Look at this. Hoya Caudata Sumatra. Wow. Okay. I added a second set of wire trellises to this one, but this is my Hoya Nicholsoniae New Guinea Ghost. So she looks a little wonky just because I had to like take everything off and then put them on these trellises so they're growing up, and you can see that the tendrils have started to grow up. The second set of trellises, I just zip tied on the existing, and I again didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I want to propagate it back. She looked so full before, and she still looks full. Like there are a lot of plants in this planter. Silvery Hoyas are just everything. I'm just gonna be so excited when she like fills the top part of this, I've moved her away from a grow light, which is scary, but I find that the New Guinea Ghost is actually pretty resilient. She is still up against my south facing window. And like I said, we're getting a lot of nice and sunny days, so I'm not worried. If anything, I'll just cut it back, but I think she'll be okay. So Hoya, Nicholsoniae, New Guinea Ghost, Hoya Fitchii. Very similar to the Cutis Porcelana when it comes to how the leaves look. I had to cut it down once. I had a fear that it had flat mites because the leaf and how it looked deformed. I didn't see any though when I looked under a microscope. Like, it kind of does look like classic flat mite damage. Either way, I introduced Californicus. Tried to isolate this one. It's not even focusing. I want to show you the ugly leaf. Do you see? It's kind of ugly. This one's pretty. On a clear trellis here, she only has leaves on this side, but you can see that the tendril, I just broke a leaf. Okay, let's do some of these that are small, and then I'll like end this video with the big ones. Hoya Argentine Princess. Now, I got this in a plant trade, Marnie, thank you again. It had a couple leaves, and there actually was one leaf at the time of the, why did I say at the time twice? At the time of the trade that had like a variegated part. Now, once I repotted it into pod, I broke that growth point. And so it kind of did take a while, and I was scared that it was gonna come out of this side, which is, you know, the Nova Ghost side of it. But I'm happy to say, because this is a new leaf, you can see that one side is doing, you know, the Argentine Princess thing. And then I just saw this today. The leaf on the other side, even though it's small, future Kevin, zoom in. That's definitely not fully like silver. There's definitely some variegation or whatever it is. Yay! Okay, so I'm so worried. I was so happy. I'm like, oh my God. So still a little cutie, but I'm very excited. I still can't believe I have one. It's so nuts. Okay, this is, I love how I'm most excited about these smaller Hoyas. Hoya Undulata, again from Marty. Okay, in the past 2 weeks, and I was a little worried. I was like, why are you not growing? But in the past 2 weeks, because the main growth point, I'll try to get rid of it, that dried up. But look, do you see that new one? So that just came out of nowhere, and there's a second one down here. Do you see that? So I don't know where it's gonna come from, but I'm very excited because the Undulata, everyone, I mean, I don't know, it's not the same, but every time I look at this one, I always think of my Clemensiorum, and y'all know how much I love that one. Can you imagine the cascading leaves that are like this? And I don't know, it's incredible. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so happy to see those 2 growth points. Yeah, no roots yet in the reservoir. So I've yet to observe, you know, if they're okay staying in the reservoir. But that's very exciting. I was so excited to see that. Okay, and then another one that I was like, are you doing anything? Hoya Sulawesi. So I did chop her. I disrupted it. I'm burying it. Okay, I propagated it into pieces and put them in pod. There's only one where I can see a growth point, and it's this one. Oh my God, it doesn't even look like anything, but it's there. Touching the Hoyas, no issues. They feel firm. Again, I haven't really looked at how people grow this plant. Y'all know that I either gravitate towards Pon or Leca, and none of them have died, so I'm excited. And the third one I'm worried about. Hoya Svetlana has not done a thing. Again, I think I did this off camera, but I cut the top part and I stuck it in Leca. So that's what this is. She's not dead. She feels firm again. Let's do a little dig. The tug test, nothing's coming out. So this is how she looks like so far. I think Marnie told me that she was a bit slower for her as well. Is it a slower one? I'm super obsessed with this Svetlana, and I just need you to get bigger, please. Maybe in the summertime. Maybe this plant likes heat. So we will see. Okay, I need to show a sad one. I need to show a sad one. This is probably the Hoya that's doing the worst in my collection, Margot. If you're wondering whatever happened to your Hoya compacta outer variegated, this is what happened. So I'm pretty sure there's only 3 cuttings left. And Hoya compacta, for me, has been the most challenging Hoya to propagate just because the leaves, like even though I cut off a lot of the leaves, they still like might not be open, and maybe that factors in like the generation of energy because that solar panel isn't like present under the grow light. I am blasting it with a light, but there's 3 in here. I started with like 7 or 8 cuttings. They all rotted, so this is one of my only compactas. My dream is to have a big, like the one that Wildford has for years, like goals, goals, goals. Like that one, I want that to happen. But for now, we're just stuck with this. Ooh, okay. Are we gonna end with the big ones? I have a few more left. Oh, I lied. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this shelf. Okay, let's quickly do the ones on the shelf. Whew, okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Don't get mad, don't get mad, don't get mad. Don't get mad, just laugh, Kevin. It's okay. Oh my God, pawn takes forever and I'm going out for dinner. Okay, hold on. I'll be 2 seconds. Y'all, I'm just trying to put all the pawn. Okay, so I'll put future Kevin put in a picture. My Hoya Mathilde, just the green one, or like the props, it fell. Oh my gosh. So I'm just trying to repot them. I'll show you while I have this. Like the roots are good. So this is kind of what I did with the splash one. I do it with the green one as well, where I just stick them in pawn. They build that root system. I do well if I don't, you know, if I'm not a clumsy person. Oh my God, fun fact, everyone. My sister is getting married in the fall of this year. And so we're not gonna have like a traditional like flower girl, ring bearer kind of situation. So they're like, oh, Kevin, since you're on the groom side, like, why don't you hold the rings? And I was like, I lose things. I'm clumsy. Are you sure? Like, I'm gonna have to like chain them to me. Clearly I'm clumsy. Okay, also, so this was supposed to be just a green planter. So you can see green leaves there. And then the second one had just this green leaf here, but you can see the next set had 1 splashy, 1 green. The next one just green. So I'm gonna wait for that one to grow, we'll see. Okay, so they're in the planter. I don't really have time. I'll put some pawn after. Okay, remember the Hoya Crassipetiolata that I had at work that bloomed? This is the Big Bertha mama. Look at this. I never look at her. Never. She's at the very back of my shelf where my ties are. So my tie constellations are actually in front of it. And because I'm still using the saucer for those propagations as like the reservoir, I don't really move them a lot because I'm always afraid I'm gonna spill water. But look at this. This is so nuts to me. Look at that. Once it roots, it goes off. I mean, this is evidence. It's filled up 2 of these hoop trellises and I do need to help it. So maybe I'll like help it here. If y'all wanted me to talk more in depth about certain Hoyas, put a comment in the comment section below. Any ideas about Hoya content? I know I haven't put any out in a while. Actually, that's a lie. I put out that 1 year later video. But if you put a comment about a specific Hoya and like, for example, someone likes it, then it's kind of easier for me to sift through. So just let me know, but I'm just clipping everything. I guess that'll do. Look at this. I haven't shown this in a while because, you know, she's at the very back, but she's one of my favorites. Look at her. I love how this was supposed to be a quick Hoya video before I go out to dinner. Continuing on. Oh my God, Clemmy. I need to hold you because I just went through something so stressful. Wow. I love, this is my favorite leaf at the moment. Look at this, everyone. Dark, veiny, long. I take it back. This is my favorite one. This one, right in the middle. Can you see that? I love it. I was just hanging there. Wow. I do recommend this plant. However, it did take a little bit in the beginning. It did take a while. I'm just kind of doing some housekeeping stuff. It took a while. And I'll show you the root system because I always love showing that the Clemensiorum, at least this form, it's okay with the roots staying in the reservoir. Like, they've sat in the reservoir for years and she's done just fine. So I love her. She started taking off recently, like faster than before. And I didn't really change anything. I feel bad. This leaf got crunched. This is a new leaf over here. And do you see how she's like, do you see that? But just an amazing one. Wow, wow, wow. Hoya Clemensiorum. Oh my gosh, another one that's been MIA but has been doing so well, everyone. Hoya Tequila Sunrise. I'm not even gonna touch, I'm trying to like move the leaf, but I feel like I'm gonna break it. Look at this. So multiple plants in this planter. Oh my gosh. It looks so good. It looks so, look at this. So in pon on a trellis and getting highlight up against my south-facing window, grow light right above it. I do really like this plant, especially when it sun stresses. Whew, the reds are everything. Oh my God, even these ones. I think I showed these ones already. Do you see the reds? And then here too. What are you? Oh yeah, Hoya Sulawesi, GPS 8867. And here she is in her beauty. This one, I feel like I still haven't succeeded when it comes to like filling it up. Like, I do think now is the point where I should chop it all the way back down and then just put multiple plants in a planter, because I have learned through the years that no matter how careful you are, how loose you are at like bending, they will like not push out leaves. Wrapped like that and no leaves. Won't push out leaves, or they'll just die. I feel like or just die. Look, there was an end here that just died. I know that happens with a lot of Hoyas, but this one specifically, like, at least in my experience, it just likes to grow up and just have that support without it being disrupted, like growing upwards, but just beautiful. I love large leaf Hoyas. Hoya Gray Ghost. I love these round, well, I bent the wire trellis. So in a circle, it looks so cute in leca. And this one doesn't like the roots sitting in the reservoir. Like I have learned, it does not like that. She's still trying though, but yeah, she doesn't like it. I haven't had this one bloom yet, but we're gonna hope that she might like do it soon, because there are peduncles. Someone told me how to pronounce this one. I'm just trying to find it. At plant journal entry says Xiaojie. Xiaojie, is that correct? Commercially known as the Silver Lady, but that is not the proper name. Look at this one. Living in pond. It gets purple when you sun stress it. Look at that. Ain't she a beauty? And I really like when this plant is super full. Another plant that is just pushing up peduncles, but no blooms yet. Peduncles everywhere. Still gorgeous. Like, look at this planter. It's so cute. Look at this. Okay, the Snow Queens, everyone. So, okay, I'm holding both of them. They're both in leca. I selected these ones to have more splash, and they do. This new leaf, and the light is ruining everything, but this new leaf in the center, it's giving me Easter egg realness. But you can see they all have that speckling, because Snow Queens don't necessarily have Come on, y'all. Look at that. They don't... Oh, I didn't see this one yet. I'm trying not to drop anything again. Look at this. Nuts. I mean, obviously you can see some green leaf still, but the majority, and I think there are 3 plants in here, the majority have that splash. Again, I love big round leaves. Like, come on. But the splash... Look at this. It is so stunning. Wow, wow, wow. And then this one, okay. This was the initial plant. I kept cutting until I got splash, and I did. Down here, this one has a little bit, but you can see the leaves after had a little bit. And then all of a sudden, this big Bertha, look at how big this leaf is. Do you see this? Compared to the res. It is nuts. I do have a clip there, and while it was unfurling, I did have this like really close to offer it a lot of support. And it is so big compared even to this one. Like, I don't think this plant has leaves that big. Like, look at the Snow Queen. So cute. Okay, we are down to the last 3. This one looks like a hot mess. I apologize. This is my Hoya Cutis Porcelana. Haven't chopped it down, and I know I should. I know I should repot her as well. She's not doing the best. There are some tendrils that are dying. Could be normal, but because she's been in this planter 4 years of pond, or 3. It might have been 3, but there just comes a point where even though Hoyas, in my experience, are very hardy to pH like extremes, I just know, since I'm not able to flush this at all, like there's no hole, there's no way to flush it, I just know that she'll probably be happier in a bigger pot. She's still blooming constantly, so I don't think she's blooming now, but the peduncles are so long. You know when they constantly bloom from the same place? Amazing. Cutis Porcelana. Hoya NS05-021. Very uncommon, and I guess just maybe in the commercial sense, like I don't see a lot of places sell this plant ever. I love the blooms. These blooms are like unbelievable. They look like star yews. And yeah, there's only been 1 peduncle that has pushed out flowers, and I've lost it, so I'm never gonna find it. Just so full. Same situation as the Cutis Porcelana. It's been 3 years in this self-watering planter of pond. The indicators have broke, so I'm just kind of trying to be careful with watering. Sometimes I don't give it enough though, sometimes I give it too much. So they're not doing the best. They're definitely due for a repot, but the flowers are everything. Lastly, curly Hoya Glabra Schlecter, remember? I just need to point out that this Hoya is one of the most chaotic plants. I've just kept wrapping tendrils. I think this is the backside. Oh, there are new leaves. Like cute ones at the front. Oh my gosh, I ruined this one. Do you see how this was a new leaf and the tendrils just squished it inside? But there are new leaves on this side. Like baby ones. Look at this. Right over there. And then right over there. Do you see? Look. I don't know. This Hoya is kind of crazy to me. Like the leaves are so big. Yeah, it hasn't bloomed for me either. I really love how, you know, compared to the Sulawesi, this one is, even though I would bend the tendrils, like it still pushes out leaves down here. And I mean, you can see that it results in a fuller plant. This is just 1 plant. Imagine if I had more, I might propagate it, but this one took forever initially to push out leaves and just grow fast. Like it was so slow for the first year when I first got it. And she's living in Lekka. Roots have been sitting in the reservoir for a while, I would say. And it's fine. Yeah, you can see new root growth. But do you see that? She's totally fine. So, wow. I'm just trying to double check if there's more that I'm missing. I don't think so. The last Hoya in my collection at home, the Hoya Glabra Schlecter. Look at this. This is crazy. Okay, y'all, I guess that's it. Which one of these were... It's hard. Your favorites. I don't even know. I mean, Hoya Mathilde Splash, obviously. Like, how many plants do I have of that? That kind of shows how obsessed I am. Like, I have 9 planters that have, like, a lot of them have 8 to 12 cuttings in them. I have a lot. Ooh, very excited about the outer variegated Polyneura. First time it's bloomed for me. But yeah, what were y'all's favorites? Do you see how light it is now? Wow, the eclipse has come and gone. And yeah, I'm gonna have dinner. I'll see you guys in the next one.